Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Kenny Burns.
My mind's playing tricks on me. I made it to the Willie D show. What's up, legend?
My man, what's up?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
I can't call it. I might spoil it.
Yeah. I might spoil it. Yeah. I might stall it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But something tells me that this is going to be one of those smash the gas conversations.
Well, it's all about the culture for me.
Yeah.
However I can help.
Yeah, and you have helped a lot, man. For the last, couple decades at least.
Yeah.
You've been the voice, the bridge, and the image really behind some of the biggest brands. When I think of Kenny Burns, I think of a guy that moves with purpose. Where did that sense of direction come from?
Growing up, man, I didn't have it. I didn't see it. It wasn't like readily available throughout my family. You know what I'm saying? And, being off the porch early, you kind of get into the streets of it all.
Yeah.
And, I was blessed to be looked after, by the Almighty, first of all. But then, I had some great men, street guys in my life that, kind of taught me how to stay out the way.
Right.
And so I feel like, that whole time I really wanted my father to be that figure, to teach me the game, because I think once you leave that porch, a lot of life is transactional.
Yeah.
And although my mother, my aunts, and my grandmother loved me, it's a different thing for a man to have a relationship with his son. So I always wanted that. I actually, thought of having a family in high school. Like that's how much I wanted a family. And, I just use, my God-given ability to deal with people and show up for people to just be my guiding force, And then I met my wife when I was 20, about to turn 25. And I was at Howard Homecoming. She had just graduated that spring, 97. It was Homecoming 97. She graduated spring. And then, the rest is literally history. We met that fall, dated, moved together that next summer. The next year had my son. Next year got married. And next year after that I had my first son. So, I was positioned for family. And it's because I wanted it, We used to all see the different world, the Cosby Show and all the things, you know what I'm saying? And I literally paid attention. Like, I want that, if not for myself, for my kids one day. So that was always a fire within me. And I've been married, 26 years in October.
Yeah.
My kids are 21 and 24 and they're good humans. So I think my legacy's intact.
That's dope, man. What's cool about that is that I totally relate because John Amos was to me what Bill Cosby was to you. Wow. Seeing that family nucleus. And I wanted that. I admired everything about the character he played, James Evans in Good Times.
Oh, yeah.
I admired everything about him. You knew when you knock on that door, that Evans door, it was a man on the other side of that door.
100%.
And he loved his woman, he loved his wife, he loved his children, he would protect them. He was a hard worker. When he fall down, he'd get back up every single time. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be James Evans with money.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I want everything. But
no nonsense with a bag.
I need to get a bag, man. I was like, I need to get a bag. And I was actually able to tell him that story before he passed on.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell Bill Cosby he inspired me at this point, but.
Well, no, because,
the visual was beautiful, though.
But you was going by the relationship and what you knew of him at that time,
For sure. For sure.
So, I wouldn't, I'm not reneging on my heroes, man.
No, I hate
if not for that character, perhaps you're not who you are.
That's
because that the character inspired you, right?
I think the concept, I like that. I do, and I believe that's why I want to take Kanye off my walls. I want to take Puff off my walls. But I do think at a certain point,
you said you
I
won't,
will not.
You will not. Okay.
Yeah, you can see him on the walls of my show.
Right.
That was a period, a time that was very important for my development. Mm-hmm. And I also two is, two things can be true. I think that I have to denounce a lot of the things, street culture. Wish I never sold drugs. Wish I never had to. Wish I never went to jail. I wish a lot of things didn't happen, but it was because of my mindset and what I was taught, right? So when you learn better, and now you have responsibility with that education, and a lot of my education has been trial and error. Wasn't a lot of, school education. And, you have the right not only to denounce or make right, but then too, I think as a culture, we tend to forgive to a fault.